Good afternoon. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to give you some help on completing this worksheet so you know what you're looking for. So I'm going to do an example from each section. So with that first, on the first section here, you're only using a number line to come up with the distance. You try midpoint, the midpoint of the two things. So I'm looking at D and L. D is right here and L is right here. So here for DL, I have -4 for D, and for L I have +4. That's that x1 and the x2. It's the first x point and the second x point. I'm just going to add these two together and then divide by 2, and I get my answer to be 0 over 2, which is 0, so the midpoint is the point 0. So when you're doing 2, 3, take the 2 points, add them, and divide by 2. The true and false, you just need to look and see if they follow what the things we have talked about are. When you get to number 4, 7, I'm in the wrong spot altogether. When you get to number 7, you're basically just saying, okay, he's the first ordered pair, he's the first ordered pair. He's the second ordered pair, he's the second ordered pair. So to use the midpoint formula, I just then say my x plus my x divided by 2, my y plus my y divided by 2. 0 plus 4 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So the answer is 2, 5. You'll do number 8 on your own. Now, this one is kind of tricky. I'm not going to lie. I don't like to use the midpoint formula. This talks about using the midpoint formula. I like to draw a picture. So if you understand the midpoint formula, use it. If you don't understand the midpoint formula, let's draw a picture. On number 9, it says, I have this point A right here, which is at 3, -2. I have my midpoint of it here at 4, -1. And then I've got some over here. I don't know what he is, but he's XY. So we know that the midpoint means it's in the middle, and it's equal from A to M and from M to B. So therefore, I need to see how far must I go to go from my x to my other x. Well, if I start at 3 and I'm going to 4, I add 1 because 3 plus 1 is 4. That means to go from 4 to this unknown x, I have to do the same thing. So 4 plus 1 means my x and my new location is 5. So now I look here at the y. To go from -2 to -1, I added 1. -2 plus 1 is -1. So again here, I'm going to do the same thing, and -1 plus 1 makes my y 0. So my point here is for B, 5, 0. It's not always the same thing you're adding for the x with the same thing you're adding for the y. Now on the back, when you do the last one here, draw a picture. All you're doing is setting up an equation and finding x and then finding the distance. If I draw a picture, it says that I have x, I have m, and I have z. xm is 2x plus 35. mz is 5x minus 22. I know if he is a midpoint at m, that these two things are equal to each other. That is the equation I use to solve to find my x. 2x plus 35 equals 5x minus 22. Solve the equation for x, then come back up here and find the total distance by adding the x in for both pieces. I hope this helps. Thank you.